long time, Belize has been shrouded in mystery. Avoided by the conquistadors, it was not until the 17th century that pirates crossed the reefs and landed on these forbidding shores. A vast expanse of solitude, stubbornly resistant to human presence. Isolation is an intrinsic part of the country's identity. There are countless sanctuaries, reserves, and protected areas. In this realm, nature makes the rules. We're just a few kilometers offshore in the Port Honduras Marine Reserve. Declared a protected area in 2000, it offers a myriad of islets covered in mangroves. These plants form a rampart against erosion and are also a haven and breeding ground for a wide variety of animals. They call this spot the Nursery of the Caribbean. Cash knows this maze like the back of his hand. He's been roaming through here as long as he can remember.
I had a very special childhood. It's something I'll never forget. I grew up on an island. I used to walk on the mangrove. I grew up having fun, just watching birds, walking on the mangrove. That was a good feeling. I used to watch the different species living in holes in the mud. The crabs and other fish living in the mangrove. We're away from the city. It's so quiet, so peaceful. You can't get better than this area. Back in the day, there was a lot more people. They want education, jobs. They want to uplift themselves. But if you want to stick to nature, this is the place to be. You know, within Port Honduras. There's spirit here. It helps you to have the courage to stay.
Cash is the youngest of 8 siblings. His mother, a fisherwoman, supported the whole family. She has passed on to him her experience and lore of the islands.
Right there, you will cut that piece of stick, put on the crutch.
Put on the crutch on it, no?
Yes.
You want to cut it, you want to stretch?
Just go and hold over there and then just make it.
When we were growing up, we had exciting moments. I used to always run away from my mom, and she'd think I was going out fishing or going out somewhere. Yeah, sometimes I got a whipping. It was freedom in some way. I think growing up like that did help us, actually. Keeping us away from all the negative things, from bad influences that we have around us. That's the good part of it.
In my days, everything was free. You know, like today, everything was free. You go into the sea, you pick up a conch, you catch a fish, you catch a lobster, nobody to tell you nothing. No, you can't do it, no? But it's good in a one way because everything is done. So we have to protect the areas. This is my life. When I reach the island, peace, joy. Especially sea, the water, you know, clear, no mud. Beautiful. I don't know, it's something very great. And I feel nice about it. And I'm proud to be a fisherwoman.
Before laws were enacted to preserve these waters, Port Honduras had long been overexploited. In the 1970s, fishing with nets was widespread in the zone. It was urgent to take action in order to save this haven sheltering so many species. With this idea in mind, Cash became a ranger. He lives alone on this spit of land lapped by the waves.
To the east, we have Honduras. To the north, we have Mexico. And if you go along the coastline and follow it, you will find Chetumal. It goes right up to the Mexican waters. The barrier reef joins with the Mexican barrier reef. So this is the Gulf of Honduras, all of this that you can see around here. Here we're at Abalone Key. This is the ranger station within Port Honduras. Here we're in the tower, and from here we can do tower surveillance to monitor the area. I love the sea, and that's the reason why I'm a part of this right now, being a ranger. What you can do within the reserve, you can fish to eat and to sell. But you're not allowed to use certain methods within the reserve. The reason why I really love the job I'm doing is because I spent all my life here, and I also want to take care of what is ours. If we don't take care of it, we will not have it for the future.
In his free time, Cash likes to trade his ranger's boat for a dory, the traditional craft of the Keys, as the islands are called in Belize. Port Honduras is now protected, but lobster fishing is authorized a few months a year. No need to go very far. You can catch them just a few meters off the beaches. Many men who sought refuge on these islands managed to survive thanks to this abundance. But today's modern world needs landmarks and sentinels. On Hunting Key, facing the barrier reef, Dandu ensures that the lighthouse is always functioning.
Roger, 1-8. Of life, I hear you clearly. Come in, over. If we do have problem with the lighthouse, it will take about 2 or 3 days before I can get help. Our navigations really needs the lighthouse. This is the end of the barrier reef, and boats came in from Guatemala, Honduras, and Belize through this channel that goes out to the Caribbean. So this is the most important lighthouse here in Belize. It's a way of life. I feel more free, you know. I go where I want to. I do what I feel like, you know, go swimming, go diving. Then when I'm here, you know, I feel like I'm somewhere. The barrier reef, wow, it's beautiful, you know. It's more than a treasure, it's a heritage. I mean, I want my great-grandson, my great-great-great-grandson to come and enjoy what I'm enjoying today.
Dandu has known Cash since he was a child. Today, he's waiting for him impatiently because he needs his help to keep up the lighthouse. Time is short, for nightfall is approaching, and the wind is getting stronger.
Hey, Cash, why? Where you bring for me, man?
I have a battery here for you. You said you have to change it because you have a problem?
Yes, man. Give me a hand here, man. Because I need help on the lighthouse too, man. Yes, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, for helping with this battery, boy.
When I was a kid, we used to go to the lighthouse, and we would dare each other to see who was brave enough to climb up there. And the one who'd get up there would say, "Yes, I'm a man and you are just kids." That made us feel good. Sometimes we would drop down and go hiding from the guys that took care of the lighthouse. Because if they saw you, they would yell at you and say, "You can't go up." So we took those chances as kids, you know. It's something that we really enjoyed.
So where happened?
This end, you want to carry this end up?
Yeah, this end, yeah.
Take your time, man.
Why? I nearly could see Honduras for you.
Serious?
That's rain clouds between Honduras and the mountains.
When I go and meet other people from the reserve, it's like a home and a small place for everyone. We help one another in everything. You need something, you get it from me. I need something, I get it from you. That's the way it works all through the islands. So we look out for one another. You can't just go anywhere and trade the same way we do. Here, we work together with a community spirit.
Here, on the outer limits of this mint green expanse, isolation brings people together. The elements forge an identity, the soul of the Belize Islanders. A space outside of time. The San Ignacio region in the west of the country near the Guatemala border is a paradise for those in quest of the absolute. Jungle as far as the eye can see. Here, everything is a call to adventure.
You see your teeth? Those are some old teeth. Tapirs are a mixture of horse and rhinoceros. It's a very old animal, and it's actually the only one in its group. There's 4 different tapir species worldwide, but this is the Central American species, and it's also the national animal of Belize.
Isabelle, a Franco-German veterinarian, landed here 8 years ago with her backpack and her very young child. She came to work with the wildlife and is committed to protecting endangered species. Here, in Central America, she has found a way of life that corresponds to the ideals she has kept from her somewhat bohemian childhood. There are many highly motivated people like Isabelle in Belize working to maintain the equilibrium between the wildlife and the environment, on the land, in the sea, and in the lagoons.
Barely got him. No, we don't. We gotta get Hold on. That's what I would like to know.
Chris, Sherry, and Vince take care of American saltwater crocodiles,
Hold on. It's not on him.
the most common species in Belize.
Got him.
These reptiles are usually left to live in peace here, but in some regions where human activity is more intense, the cohabitation can be quite problematic.
All right, go ahead and go.
Can you believe this? Somebody has chopped this animal's tail off for meat.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
They get about $17 a pound for this.
For him to come so quickly for chicken, he's obviously been fed, used to humans. Obviously someone coerced him up to come to the bank, gave him some chicken, but then lopped his tail off. So we're gonna bring him up north and let him go and let him be a crocodile where there aren't any human beings around and no one to feed him or chop at him. And he'll do just fine because his natural diet is fish or raccoons, not chicken. So.
Such severe wounds show that this great predator can also be a victim. And in cases like this one, it's Isabelle who takes over.
Oh, good. How you doing?
Good trip?
Yeah.
Hello.
Glad to be here.
I'm glad you could make it.
So that's the guy you caught last night?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is him. And we're glad that you're here with us, too, because its tail's been amputated by Massait. And so it's great to have a vet here and to help us assess the
You gotta look at that.
severity of it.
Releasing a crocodile back into the wild is always very moving. The worldwide population of American crocodiles is estimated at 15,000. Belize is one of the last places where their habitat is still protected.
No, it doesn't really appear to be infected, I don't think. And it was really nicely healed until she rubbed this on.
Got it, Vince? Well, this is an exciting moment. We're about to release this girl back into her natural environment without human disturbance, so it's quite exciting. Personally, as a wildlife veterinarian with a passion for wildlife rescue and rehabilitation, this is about as good as it can get to be able to bring an animal back out into the wild.
I get to do it all the time, so I'll let you and Vince do this.
Ready to go.
1, 2, 3.
The recovery time, that's pretty quick. That's a very healthy animal. Usually the recovery time when they've been held overnight like this one has can be quite slow, sometimes up to 5 minutes.
The profession is often very rough and very difficult, but for example, the moment of getting to release an animal that we've been able to heal back into the wild, or an animal that we have bred and rehabilitated to go back out, that is truly the biggest reward and makes me feel like we achieve some sort of harmony. Belize is a really small world. There is about 340,000 inhabitants in 6 major cities. Our capital is Belmopan, with the last count was 6,000 people living there, which made it the smallest capital in the world. And it really adds to the lifestyle in Belize. It makes that everybody knows everybody, and it's all like a small village, the whole country is. I can really not see myself live in a city, in a concrete jungle, at all. There's very, very few things on this planet that would take me away from here, and it would have to be closely related to conservation. Nature is my church. That's where I go to get new energy and recharge. The tamandua was found as a baby after a flood. She was orphaned, there was no mother around, and she was flushed down the river. So they raised her from a baby with a goal to release her once she is ready to be released. They are very specialized animals, and they eat ants and termites. And it takes 5 or 6 hours per day for them to get enough time to get enough food. So they're very labor intensive. We're just looking to see what she does, basically, if she looks like a normal tamandua and if she can find her food. And that looks pretty normal. I love the daily challenges. It never gets boring. You have to constantly improvise and figure out how to deal with a new situation, compared to a normal veterinarian and normal veterinary practice, where after a couple of months you've seen most of what you're going to see every day, and it gets boring quick. My work does never get boring. And if you ever had to restrain her, we would actually grab her by her front legs, because that's what she would use to defend herself. So what you saw a little earlier where she did this, that was really good to see, because we want her to not like humans.
Mission accomplished. And Isabelle is already back on the road. Vince and Sherry have called her in again. This time the crew is planning a night rescue.
We're going to try and capture the 2 crocodiles that have been deemed problematic and or because of future development from this area down south. And once we capture both crocodiles, which we believe to be a mating pair, we're going to, by boat, bring them up north
And we'll probably come out here and go off onto these mangrove areas where there's no people, no development.
We can't go that far anyways. That's all the further we're gonna be able to go.
Well, the further up you go, the better off it's gonna be. But you go too far, then you don't want to enter Mexico.
How far is Mexico?
It's only about 20 miles, actually.
Belize is a paradise for people like me wanting to work in conservation because we still have 60% of the country covered in native forest. We have a humongous biodiversity here, and a lot of the problems that I saw in the US or in other places before was illegal trade. And once we see a wild animal in Europe or in the US, there's no way we can bring it back. So one of my goals or missions in life was to work on site in one of these developing countries where we still have biodiversity and nature left.
All the eye shines you see that are orange and this color, we know that is a crocodile staring at us right now. He can hear us, smell us, see us, sense us.
Got a head pressed down there somewhere?
I can't see the head, no.
I have a tip of the tail here, her mid-body's right here, she's 2 o'clock from the front of the neck. Two right here, her head's right there.
Okay, wait.
Her head's coming towards you now.
Right.
Right up in there. Go on the other side of the TV.
Go to another,
Then go to another corner.
Hold on. She's coming up, she's coming up.
Here
She's
she
coming
is.
up.
Get her.
Oh, man. Let go of the rope. Let go of the rope. No. I'm telling these to give you slack. I've got it. Go. All right. Too late.
Got her. Good. Okay, hold on now. You can't tape her yet. You gotta let her expel some of that water. That sucked. Good job.
This is from a croc fight.
Aww.
That's a hell of a gash.
She will heal rather quickly. Crocodiles have enormous capacity to heal, and it's really, as much as it looks like a big gash, it's a minor wound for her. And adrenaline is working on me too. Believe me, if she starts moving and shaking and I fear that Chris is losing control, I will be out of this area within a split second.
Living intense experiences in close contact with the wild kingdom. Here in Belize, Isabelle's dream comes alive again with each new day.